Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I have more jailhouse prison phone call tapes of Todd Kohlhepp. Todd Kohlhepp, South Carolina's most notorious serial killer. He is serving life in prison for the murders of 7 people. He's suspected of murdering more. Todd Kohlhepp. On this channel, I have a playlist of Todd Kohlhepp's phone calls, and I'm about to share another one. Read the description of this video. It brings insight about what Todd Kohlhepp is thinking, what his thoughts are, and he's talking about the conditions of prison and prison life. This phone call was from 2017. He's just entering the South Carolina Department of Corrections for the first time. Check this out, and then we will further discuss. This is for educational purposes only.
To accept this call, press 1 now. You can now send electronic mail to your loved ones.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, man, this place sucks.
Same shit.
It's always something. I mean, don't get me wrong, prison sucks on a good day. But this pot is unreal.
What's new since I talked to you last?
Just crappy people. I've done 15 years in prison. I mean, it's never fun, but I mean, there are some decent people in here. You know,
yeah.
This dorm is trash. They've got me here because I'm high profile. As soon as the media, maybe next year, 18 months from now, when things are all quieted down and all that shit,
yeah.
They'll move me out of here and put me in general population where I want to be. This is not where I'm going to be held. You've got people that have been in here for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, these are the child molesters who can't make it on the yard, and these are the guys who pick the little badasses, and then all of a sudden they turn into a bunch of snitches.
Yeah.
And do a bunch of nasty things. The guys who got ran off the yard because they sit in the middle of the yard when a woman walks by, and they jack off in the middle of a walkway.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me.
Didn't you say there's like cops there too?
Yeah, they got cops. I mean, at least the cops you understand. I mean, they put on a badge. They broke the law. They're here. People are pissed off because they're here, and these are the guys who put them here. At least that makes sense, you know. But the majority are just a bunch of nasty son of a bitches. So yeah, I'm just shaking my head. It's okay. They don't like me either, you know. I got out of prison, and I started my own company, and I did pretty much anything I wanted to do, and I had an actual life with friends. You know, I'm not a gangbanger. I could give a shit about which color bandana is in my pocket. I just like whatever.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next 12 to 18 months to be over with. And these are the guys who can't make it on the yard. They ran their mouth. They ran up debts. They snitched on people. They did all the stupid shit you just don't do. They did it. Got caught repeated. Because what they'll do is they'll just move. You know, they realize you're a piece of shit on one yard. They'll just pack you up and move you on another yard. You don't go to statewide PC until you've been a piece of shit on every yard. I mean, you got a couple high profiles in here, people who got lawsuits and stuff, and that's why they're here. But I mean, we're talking about a minority, like 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, my high profile ass does not fit. So they're keeping me here basically because of the potential for lawsuits and because to get me away from the media for a period of time until this calms down, and then put me at one of the normal units where things will be just fine. But I've already wrote a letter to my attorney. Get me the hell out of here.
Do you think he has any? He can do anything with the circumstances? I mean,
no, he's not gonna be able to do anything. But it's a matter of he can at least call it. Like they took my legal work away from me. It came in with crime scene photos, and they held them. They had no right to hold them, but they held them. Well, then they for 2 weeks they lost them. Nobody wants to admit, even though they made me sign for them, and then took them up front and made them sign for them, but nobody seems to know where they are. So I've had to write letters about it. Now those are going to the warden. The warden's going to look through them. That's fine. And then they'll decide what to do with it from that point on. At the same time, I'm having my attorney call up and go, he needs those. It's just a runaround. I mean, I'm not going to get a lot of cooperation while I'm in this building. I mean, at the end of the day, they're guards. I'm an inmate. That's one.
Yeah.
And the other problem is that I'm also in statewide PC, surrounded by some really low-life pieces of shit. So,
But all of this still, this
Do what now?
this black site place is still within the agreement you guys made with your lawyer for the plea, or this is on their own?
Makes no difference. It has nothing to do with it. The court cannot tell them what to do. DOC does what they want to do. The court, all they do is hand down the sentence. You can't go back to court and tell DOC anything unless it has to do with your freedom or civil rights. You're not going to go back. DOC has the right to put me here. I can't force that. In order to make DOC change their mind, I have to show DOC a reason to move me. You don't tell them anything. You give them a reason why they want to move.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is calm down, sit back, spend the next 12 to 18 months. Each time I go up for review every 6 months, at which time I will ask to be moved to general population, and eventually I will be moved to general population. It will just take a while.
In your opinion, in the next 6 months or 12 months, do you think your case out there will still be high profile for a couple of years, or it might die down in the media that they'll let you go somewhere else?
I don't think it's ever going to die down. I think they're going to. I mean, the 40. I mean, it's like anything else. I mean, 48 hours, he's already stopped. I mean, 48 hours doesn't care. I mean, anytime you have a new, it's like take that. What was that sniper that was out there? That the guy, the two black guys who were shooting out the back of the car, whatever it was.
Yeah, Lee Mavlo and Muhammad.
Yeah, but you don't hear anything about them anymore. I mean, they'll use them as a reference point, but they're not news every 5 minutes. News is only good for 15 minutes. I mean, 6 months from now, I mean, they've already quieted down about the news. They've already quieted down. Sometime next year it's going to peak up again, and that's because there's books coming out, there's movies coming out, there's documentaries being done as we speak.
Yeah.
When that comes out, all that blows up again. Everybody and their brother wants something from me as a souvenir. People will write me. People want to talk. I've got colleges that are writing me to be part of their participation of their criminal justice class. Unlike most of your so-called killers, I actually have an education. You know, we weren't psychopathic. I didn't run around cutting people up, and I didn't turn back around and do deviant shit. I ran a real estate business, and if you got in my way and you did a bunch of stupid stuff, I mean, I'm going to kill you. But as far as I didn't do deviant, you know, I wasn't raping women on the side of the road. I wasn't doing all that kind of crap. So therefore, the students want to talk to me because I don't fit the Hollywood profile of what, like the son is saying, people who, you know, we see things in our head, hear voices, go off our medication, and kill people. I didn't kill anybody unless it was basically involving you doing something to me. I just basically at that point wasn't going to put up with it.
Sure.
Unless you were a drug dealer, at which point, I used to hunt drug dealers. I have a problem with people who basically destroy families just to make a couple dollars. So, I don't like
So unfortunately, it sounds like that intrigue in your case, like you said, whether it's from the average person or the college, the intrigue might keep this shit going for a while, so keep you there. I mean, because like you said, every 6 months is a review, but I'm thinking every 6 months, like you said, you named it.
The intrigue on the streets is never going to go away. It's going to be going on forever. The interest at the point of it being a potential problem will go away. DOC just wants to see that it's going to be calm. I mean, they're not interested in keeping me here. They just want to make sure things are calm and there's not going to be altercation. Once they get used to me and they get used to the situation, they'll calm down about it. Now, as far as on the streets going, people are always going to rate me. I've got professors who are writing me and want to use me as exhibits for their books and their texts. I don't fit the usual program. Basically, they have reclassified, put me into my own little class, which is kind of weird, kind of cool, kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't impulsive. I plotted. I mean, the one time I was impulsive, obviously I got caught.
Yeah.
But throughout my entire history, I plotted. I was very careful. And most of the people that I went again never realized I was in the building until it was too late. Plus, I never went one-on-one. I always went after 2, 3, 4, 5 at one time. I mean, the odds were in your favor, not mine.
Yeah.
The odds were not in my favor, and I took it every time I took those odds. I liked the challenge. But the people that I went after were criminals. I wasn't going after Susie, you know, homemaker or somebody on the side of the road or prostitute or anything else. I mean, I went after all the people that you normally don't like anyhow, except I took it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, they've made movies about it. I didn't watch any of them. But I mean, as far as movies, video games had nothing to do with my crime. You know, I didn't sit here and watch a movie and go, wow, I should do that. No. I saw a piece of shit selling drugs to kids and went, yeah, you got to go. You just don't do that, you know. So,
What's your take? Does that bother you in the way that the fact that I know in my course that like he said kind of cool, but the fact that professors and other people or like that kind of interest, or was that bother you in a way? You know, reclassifying and the interest, or the kind of like
there's people who like that kind of lifestyle, people who are interested in it, people who wish they could do it themselves and won't, people who just find it, they agree with it. You've got people who can't stand drug dealers. It's just the same thing like people who go out there and will spend god-awful amounts of money to buy everything with Jeff Gordon's name on it, the NASCAR driver. Now, me personally, I can't drive a car that fast and keep it on the road. But people will spend money and go to the racetrack, and they are fans and T-shirts and everything else for Jeff Gordon or Dale Earnhardt or anybody else that does, they're a football player. People are going to be fans. That's why one guy collects stamps and the other guy collects cars, and this guy's a football guy. And the guy around there does fantasy football. There's something for everybody, you know. No, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. You know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was fascinated myself from the beginning.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
But these people seem like almost like, I don't know. I just hope that some of them you would know from your intelligence or experience if they're using you or not, so just to make a benefit. Using you as like you know what I mean? Using your notoriety to put you on the spotlight and put you in the college discussions and stuff, as long as they're doing it to learn something from it, and as long as it doesn't bother you.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
I prefer it to be positive. I mean, there's a few people out there who are just being, there's a minority of people who are just being shits about it, but most people just are interested, curious about something that they don't know anything about, and I got no problems with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been interesting.
Definitely.
I'll call you Saturday.
So yeah, new prison life for Todd Kohlhepp. He's adapting and getting an understanding of what he is facing for the rest of his life. A lot of insight. Let me know what you think. I've been playing Jailhouse tapes of him. I will continue to play Jailhouse phone calls of him. I have lots of them. I have a specific playlist. So if you're interested in knowing about this guy, this is the channel to check out, and check out everything that I've been sharing thus far, and I will be playing more tapes soon. Everyone be safe. God bless. Stay tuned.